Alright, welcome back. As a quick refresher of where we're currently at, I'll actually probably start partway in. Like the rumors said, a ghostly boy appeared. We answered some of his questions. Then, the mirror broke and he vanished. No more big people here, he said, like he was chasing something. And then we heard a horrible scream. It came from the opposite end of the school. It sounded familiar. The mysteries didn't end there. I heard a whisper in my ear that said, "Purify with red." What was that eerie voice? Maybe everything that's going on is making me go crazy. Regardless, first we need to find the cause of that scream. The guard we met at the school gate was the one who screamed. He burst out of the staff room, covered in growing plants of all things, and the pain was driving him mad. Did a spirit do this? It must have been Hanahiko, which means inside the staff room is. But we have to keep going. And one other thing. I'm not entirely sure what the perfect volume would be. Not this. But I'm going to be messing around with audio levels a little bit. Because I noticed when the music starts really playing, it tends to overpower my voice a little bit. I didn't realize that the game got that much louder, but I don't want to take the ambiance out of it. So give me one moment and I'm going to see if I can do something good for that. Having said that, I've tried to lower the volume a little bit. I don't know if this is the perfect fix, but we'll see as we go. Having said that, we are in an underground room inside of the staff room. The memo didn't cover this, I wish it did. But Hanahiko was right above us up until a second ago. So we're kind of trapped down here until we look around. Looks like you can inspect basically every dead body. You can inspect the bed, the ladder, and that pretty much covers it. Okay. There's a dried up corpse. The body is twisted in an odd position, as if it's still in pain even now. I hesitantly search the corpse, but I don't find anything. There's a dried up corpse. The body is twisted. Okay. So I think this is about the same. Yeah, that one's the same. I would wager with Chekhov's search mechanic, I suppose. The fact that it says, but I don't find anything, with each one that I look at makes me feel like one of them will have something. The body's twisted in an odd position. That's the same. Alright. Like, there's no way they're gonna specify that you don't find anything unless there's something to find, right? There we go. I hesitantly search the corpse. Something flashes within the vines by its feet. Got a round hand mirror. Looks like a gift for a young woman. A mirror? I guess someone was here after all. Actually, you know what? This skeleton kind of looks like the screaming man portrait. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. The mattress is completely discolored, stained with something that looks like sweat. Someone must have been living here, and for a long time, too. The mattress is oozing dark, dirty water. It smells like sewage. I slide the mattress over and find a plastic sheet underneath it. Got vinyl sheet. It's pretty thick. Was it put there to protect from water damage? On top of the sheet is pitch black. At first glance, it looks like it's covered in mold. But when I spread it open, it crunches as dark, red flakes fall from it. So it's blood. Right? This is blood. Yeah, that's what I thought. I can't do anything but whisper, dumbfounded, as I stare at the blood-stained sheet. Something murmurs in my ear, as if in reply. Their blood denies him. Part of me takes the voice seriously. I'm clearly hallucinating, but for some reason, it calms me down. Still in a daze, I shine the flashlight under the bed. There it is again. Something's there. Moe's voice has gone very shrill. Then, hey now, give me a break. I'm no monster, you know. I'm just a regular human being. Why the fuck was there a guy just underneath the bed? Why were you there? Fair enough. Something slowly climbs out from under the bed. It's a man in a trench coat. A person? What were you doing under there? The man looks bored. He scoffs. Same as you. I ran into that monster and escaped down here. Then you guys came. The man turns his back to us and jerks his chin. Anyway, I was hiding over there. His answer is believable enough. But why is he at this school to begin with? His presence raises a lot of questions. Granted, to be fair, the same can be said about us. But regardless. The man tilts his head a bit and peers at me. Then he snorts. It seems he's seen through me. You don't look like you believe me. Guess that's only natural. I haven't told you everything either. I could, but... The man looks around at his feet. We better get out of here first. We shouldn't chat at the crime scene. I think you're right. Moe seems to feel the same way. Let's head back for now. You have somewhere to go back to? Good. Then let's get going. The man puts his hand on the ladder. He pauses and turns to us. The name's Satoru Mashida. I'm an ex-detective. Forgot to mention that. The man named Mashida disappears up the ladder. We follow him back up to the first floor. But when we emerge, he's not there. Hey, take a look at this. Mashida's calling to us from down the hallway. Was it like this when you guys came through? Moe pipes up, voice slightly wobbly. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like this at all. Well, shit. Honestly, this is kind of beautiful in a way. Something's creeping along the hallway. There, rose vines. Thought so. I didn't see them before either. The mark's color grows more vivid. Early dawn. A few hours left until death closes in. Some people naturally put others on guard, even if there's no particular ill will between them. That's exactly the type of person Mashida is. Oh, you've got some nice stuff here. The moment he climbs in the car, he makes a grab for my bag. Then, he starts inspecting all of my stuff. I wasn't planning on keeping a constant eye on him, but he's making it very hard not to. Moe seems like the type to stick her nose in everything, but she's suspiciously silent, as if exhausted. Huh? Are you okay, Moe? Huh? Oh, yeah. Just zoning out. You know, I'm fine. She doesn't look fine, but my other passenger is more of a concern right now. So, were you at the school because you were investigating something? I'm not on the force anymore, just poking around for my own reasons. Something I wanted to check. I don't doubt what he says, but that would mean he entered the school illegally. Kind of like me. What were you? Let me ask one thing first. Mashida interrupts my question and points to my arm. Does that hurt? It didn't take him long to spot the mark on my wrist, almost like he was a trained detective. Sometimes it hurts the most whenever I'm in danger. Huh, is that so? Mashida leans back in his seat, satisfied. I was investigating some missing people. Guess he's responding to my question now. That school came up in a number of missing persons cases. Each one had some affiliation with H Elementary before they disappeared. Teachers, workers, people in the PTA, students and their family members. I was looking for them. Then, Moe speaks up from the back seat. Were those people the corpses down there? She doesn't sound as energetic as she usually does. Did something happen after all? Is her mark? Mashida doesn't reply. Maybe he thinks the answer's obvious. Or maybe replying to a kid isn't worth his time. But something bugs me about what he just said. If the school was clearly suspicious, then... Of course I brought it up to my superiors. All I got for it was... He continues before I can ask, making a slashing motion across his neck. You got fired, huh? Disciplinary discharge. Something about sexually harassing a subordinate. That principal's gotta have some kind of political pull. I probably dug up something he didn't want getting out. That wasn't my plan. I never meant to uncover anything dirty. True. The school did have that suspicious room. It's not that strange to think it would come up in some missing persons cases. And would be common sense, at least. But common sense is for the world of the living. A spirit might have something to do with those cases. There's an awkward silence. In that sense, this isn't even a case anymore, is it? Mashida sighs deeply. Who'd believe it? Who would believe that there's a monster in that school killing people? It's personal now. Our problem. And we're on our own. He turns his wrist over and shows it to me. On his skin is the familiar mark. You too? Yeah, I sensed it as soon as I saw yours. I had a feeling this would be a problem. We're in the same boat, you and I. He has good instincts. We should talk more when we get back. At Kujo Mansion, there's some... I stopped myself from finishing my sentence. I shouldn't mention that for now. In any case, once we get back, we'll give you more details. Yeah. I'm sure that'll help him a bunch. But Mashida scoffs. Help, huh? You're underestimating me. Real quick, I think it goes without saying Mashida is absolutely becoming my new partner. This guy is badass. We could be like a detective group. Hell yeah. When I get out of the car, someone's there to greet me. Welcome back, mister. You too, Miss Moe. I'm glad you're unharmed. Did you find any clues about the spirit? What? So there's others? This is everyone. Huh. What a reliable group you've got. The sarcasm is practically dripping off his words. So, are you planning on continuing to search for that key or whatever it is? We don't have anything else to go on. There's no other choice. I don't understand you. If the source of the mark is this spirit, it would be best to destroy the source, don't you think? What do you mean? The spirit exists. So, all you have to do is kill it. Are you serious? Of course he's serious. He doesn't exactly look like the joking type. Even if we manage to kill it, will that really make the mark disappear? When I consider everything Mary's told me, it doesn't seem like it'd work that way. Even assuming it did, we have a more fundamental problem. And how do you plan to kill it? I'll figure something out. If something exists, there's logically a way to destroy it as well. He claims he can kill the spirit, yet he doesn't even know how he'll do it. Where does all that confidence come from? Don't forget, I've faced him once already. If we're seriously thinking of killing him... Mashida grasps his wrist. The little shit shot some kind of thorns at me from a distance. They hit hard enough to stick in concrete. There's no way to get in close to him. We have to make that a priority. Mashida pulls something out of the heel of his shoe and tosses it at me. It's a thorn, curved like a fang. The only reason I'm still breathing is because I was lucky. It won't happen next time. We need a plan. As we head to the entrance, I tell Mashida about Kujo Mansion. He takes it all in silently. Even bringing up the talking doll or Saya Kujo's death doesn't trigger a reaction. Is he so unnervingly calm because he's already dealt with the supernatural? We reach the main hall, which is warmly lit. This is a strange mansion, but for some reason, I feel like I've come home. Acclimatization is kind of terrifying.
お疲れ様です。
Welcome back, Lord Yashiki. That man is a mark bearer too, I see. Would you make the introductions? I update Mary on our investigation and the strange way we met Mashida. The mirror, the underground room full of corpses, the sudden appearance of roses. I really hate to admit it, but it's clear something supernatural is at work here. Oh, brother. You say that now? Whatever. And the spirit that caused all of it, Hanahiko. There's no doubt that Hanahiko is the one who put the mark on Mashida's arm, too. But what kind of chance do we have against a monster that can do that? Mashida says we should kill him. But is that even possible? Hey, Yashiki. My train of thought is interrupted. Mashida is holding a leather-bound notebook out toward me. Read this. I picked it up in that underground room. I was caught up in a bunch of those rose vines when I found it. It was pretty hard to get loose. Did you read it? I skimmed through a bit. It's got some interesting stuff. That's what he says. But he's not smiling at all. His eyes simmer with a quiet anger. Dark red marks stain the cover. I have a bad feeling, but I flip through it. Rose petals fall as they become unstuck from the pages. The notes within are very detailed. The author was intelligent and well written. Reading through, it dawns on me that this was written by H Elementary's principal. The austere, meticulous letters on each page tell a ghastly story. Records of a young, adopted boy's tutoring sessions. The first note is from 5 years ago. It seems the boy adopted by the principal was small and exceedingly cute. He enjoyed wearing skirts and makeup too. There was no denying that they truly suited a dainty, red-cheeked boy like him. But the principal had a hard time accepting such fancies. Bad habits must be corrected young to promote sound mental health, he thought. So he called it tutoring as a cover for his warped desires. They took place in the underground room. Too many prying eyes anywhere else. There was no safer place than the school at night once all the teachers had left. The principal stayed behind under the pretense of keeping watch, then tutored. He was a highly respected teacher. He'd even made appearances on TV. There's no reason to be suspicious. The only one who noticed anything strange was the boy's homeroom teacher. But she feared the principal's power and firmly kept her mouth shut. As the notes continue, they are more and more deranged. they paint a horrible picture. It is of a totally distorted parent and child. My child gets weaker after every session. His delicate frame has grown thinner, and his red cheeks are now darkened. His appearance is described in detail. There's no malice or hatred. There's just fanatical sincerity, his pride as an educator, and a terrifying, smothering love. It continues like that to the very last page. There's no mention what became of the principal and the boy, but going by the current state of H Elementary, I can hazard a guess. You don't look so well, mister. What was in that notebook? Tsukasa peers up at me. He and the boy in the notebook are about the same age. This isn't stuff you share with a kid. I better just sum up the main points for him. That's terrible. We children are always the victims of the ego of adults. Stupid grown-ups are irredeemable. Why he'd say that makes sense. The revolting evil of the adults, and the poor boy who became a victim. But is that really the end? If Hanahiko and the boy in the notebook are connected, then the boy turned into a monster. Is that even possible? Untimely deaths produce hatred. Death does not bring it to an end. Such festering sentiments can give birth to the supernatural. Monsters, ghosts, vengeful spirits, they have many names. I believe that you have all heard one or two such stories. Hanahiko is similar. Mary's words are hard to swallow. But after all those weird events, it only makes sense to accept them. If I turn my back to the truth, all that will await me is death. Then Hanahiko really is a monster. Oh, that's still her. I thought that was, someone else. We must form a plan based on that hypothesis. Mary is silent a moment. Then, her jade glass eyes shift to Mashida. Incidentally, according to Lord Yashiki's report, there are those among you who are considering killing the spirit. I shall warn you just in case, but that will be very difficult to do. Why is that? I could see Mashida narrow his eyes, but I made sure to speak up first. They are from the world of the dead. Just as the living cannot become more alive, the dead cannot be killed. The only thing you could possibly destroy is the cursed sentiment. So, what does that mean? It is as I told you before. Death and life existing together. If that is the origin of the mark, then a way to erase it will be there. By driving away the spirit, the curse will also be eliminated. So defeating Hanahiko is how we'll be able to destroy the mark. Wait. hang on a second here. Let's back up. Let's take a couple steps back. Literally, when we first met Mary, which, oh, actually, now that I think about it, Mary, funny name for a doll to have, because of, I know I was talking about some urban legends before, but, there's a whole urban legend about a doll in Japan named Mary. Very coincidental. Very different. The Mary doll from the urban legends very different from this one, but it's pretty neat to see the inspiration. Having said that, though, the big thing that's really sticking out to me, though, is Mary here. When we first met her, she said that she didn't know what to do about the mark. She said that the previous Lord of the Mansion, or lady, I suppose, figured it out but didn't get a chance to tell her. So how in the hell would you know what to do if you said she never told you? I'm just saying. Right, like, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't trust this doll. It's just so suspicious. It's so suspicious. Having said that, she accidentally gave really solid information on spirits, which is that they're already dead, so, like, killing them physically won't work. You have to make them lose their grudge or whatever unfinished business they have that's keeping them in the world, right? So the way I see it is we have to figure out what Hanahiko's grudge is. I think maybe it's about not being accepted as a very effeminate child. Maybe it's the principal. Well, it's both, obviously, but I mean, what would I do about either? It's just giving him the shoes. Giving Hanahiko the shoes has something to do with it, and the lipstick. The lipstick and the shoes. But what else would I do to put Hanahiko at ease? Make Hanahiko feel like their grudge against adults is resolved. I don't know. But here's what I'm thinking. So I think I got some kind of firework or something before. Whatever that is, I think that's something that I can use, but it's not good. Like, maybe it won't actually get rid of Hanahiko, and Hanahiko will just be scared off and leave us alone, but would still be in the world causing problems. So I have that, but I won't use it. Beyond that, I don't know. More information. There's still 2 locked rooms on the first floor. There's definitely something there. Setting aside how he can't be killed, what exactly is the key, then? It is nothing more than a concept, so I am unsure, but I am certain of one thing. Fate ties the spirit to its place of birth. What? An object there may be able to fulfill the role of the key. It is a difficult concept to grasp, but that is just how spirits are. Determining the nature of the key, that will decide your fate. I had a feeling we'll just have to keep digging around at H Elementary. We don't know what the cursed sentiments or the key to destroying the grudge are. Gaining the key and lifting the grudge is the only way to survive. You will be required to be callous to make use of the spirit's fear. The way to repel the spirit lies within its grudge. Remember this, and be careful. New info was added to the spirit file. Secret of the underground room. Okay, so let's start with this. I should have... Hey. Yes, I will partner with the detective. Wait, so Moe is no longer an option. I wonder why that is. Oh, also, in the last video, I'd actually noticed, I didn't realize this before, but you can look at the stats of the other characters, but only the one that you're partnered with. So, in comparison to our main protagonist being extraordinarily average, right? Mashida's a little bit stronger than us. I think just as smart. No, slightly smarter. His spear power is significantly lower and his dexterity is significantly lower. Now, I don't think this does anything, but if my understanding is right, I think these stats are actually scrapped. Well, they were part of a scrapped system in the game where I think the stats had to do with, like, opening up certain routes or finding certain items. Kind of like, if you were playing Pokemon, you'd want some with, like, certain HMs. So, like, you'd want, like, a water Pokemon that could swim, right? So, like, they had different stats. So, like, you'd say, oh, like, this one obstacle needs someone that's really, really, really strong. So you would go back and switch partners, but I think that kind of thing ended up getting scrapped. I think. Having said that, God, he looks awesome. Now, if I talk, it'll just be reused stuff, right? The key to the spirit's garage should be within H Elementary. Fate has tied him to that school. However, even I do not know what form it will take. So, we have to find something relating to their grudge. Like I thought. Okay. Just in case something crazy happens later, I'm gonna save just to be safe, and then I think I'm ready to go back. Right? Also, actually, based on the car volume, I mentioned that I'd be adjusting the audio as I went. I don't know if it's effects or atmosphere for the car, but I'm gonna lower them both just to be on the safe side. Alright. Hey, wait. Mashida appears as we're getting ready to leave. Bad news. That high school girl, Miss Moe, is gone. At least, she's nowhere in the mansion. Speaking of which, I didn't see her when we were talking to Mary in the hall either. Maybe she ran away. That doesn't make sense. What would she accomplish by doing that? Running away from the mansion won't make her mark disappear. It could be her form of escape. Many kill themselves if they know they're gonna die. Or maybe something happened to her. Like the spirit's curse. Moe saw Hanahiko in the mirror at the school, so she's the mark bearer with the strongest connection. It's possible that he zeroed in on her, just like Tsukasa said. But there's nothing we can do. Let's get ready to go. Yeah, we can't really do anything right now. Even if something happened to Moe, if we can get the marks to vanish, that should save her too. Let's head out. We're going back to H Elementary. She was in the freaking van on the way back. Was she there when we were leaving the van? I forget. I don't think so. Or at least, if she was, she didn't really do much. So I think maybe she's just afraid. Or maybe she went back on her own. I don't know. We've come back to H Elementary. I know full well that in the end, this place is just a school. Let's go. Oh, one thing to notice. There's flowers growing on the outside wall now. I have a feeling the school's going to be a little bit more dangerous from this point on. Mashida nods silently and steps forward. Well, I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah, this is so different. Look at everything. Although I will say, the flowers lining the window, that's just beautiful if I'm being honest. Like, wow. And is all this the same? Yeah. I had assumed as much. And I'm surprised you can't analyze the flowers. Yeah, this seems to all be the same. I still need to get into the independent research presentation room. Independent research, huh? Actually, I don't remember ever doing that. Yeah, I thought as much. I turn over the torn flyer, but I don't find anything in particular. Nothing's there. Looks like it. So... I think the place for me to start is where we last went off, in my opinion, which is the storage room and all that. We saw it earlier, but the hallway has completely transformed. Careful of the thorns. They aren't your run-of-the-mill rose thorns. Wait, something's there. Mashida suddenly speaks up. Where? Something's sparkling by the window ledge. The window? All I see are rose vines. I may as well check it out, though. See, this is what I'm talking about. What was that? I actually didn't catch that. Excuse me, I moved my flashlight away too quick. Do that again, maybe? I don't know. But that's what I was talking about, though. With that perception kind of thing, where it's like, I think there would have been something like a key, like close to here the whole time. Maybe it's new because of the flowers, but maybe it's new because we have a new person with us. But it seems that it's not utilized to that extent, if that makes any sense. Something's glinting over by the window. Looks like something's buried in the rose vines. And there's definitely something there. I didn't notice it before. No, maybe it wasn't there yet when we passed through here earlier. There was a guard that got killed, yeah? It's probably his. Maybe. It might have fallen on the floor and been lifted up by the vines. It's only now that it's high enough to be spotted. If it belonged to the guard, then it could come in handy while we're investigating. He was in charge of watching this building, after all. Let's check it out. Going off the reflection, it's probably metal. I think I can get it if I stick my hand in there. That sounds a little high risk. Surely. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The flare, not a firework. It was a flare that I have. So, this feels dangerous to use. I feel like this could get me a bad end. Oh my god, it just hit me. The effeminate kid, right? How are you going to help his grudge? By giving him lipstick, giving him girls' slippers, and showing him his reflection in the mirror. Oh, that's so sweet, actually. Oh my god. But I don't think the plastic sheet will do me any good. Spreadsheet. A thick plastic sheet found in H Elementary's underground room. It's so stained with dried blood that it's impossible to tell what its original color was. I think this sheet will only exacerbate the grudge. So I'm gonna avoid using that too. I think. But to read the other items. A metal hand mirror with flower and bird designs on the back. The mirror surface is cloudy, but it's still usable. I might have to clean it, maybe I won't. An emergency item that was stored in the storage room. The outside has deteriorated, and the label is smudged. It hasn't expired yet, so it can still be used. I don't know if the red pen's used for... Actually, no, I've already used the red pen for something, haven't I? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, I meant to press it. I take out the girl's slippers. But what do I do with it? I don't have any particularly good ideas. Well, let's just feel for the key. I don't think we need to use the letter opener on the plant, because frankly the letter opener is kind of dull anyway. I push my fingers into the vines. Ow! I was careful, but the oddly sharp thorns still cut my skin. Damn, this is a pain. I keep fighting with the vines. I finally reach the metal object. Got school key ring. Yep, it's just as we thought. These definitely belong to the guard. Those are employee keys. We should be able to get into every... Mashida suddenly cuts off mid-sentence. What's wrong? Nothing. I just lost my train of thought all of a sudden. It slipped my mind is all. Let's keep investigating. New info was added to the spirit file. Continued investigation of the school. So, I think that this is going to be a pretty decent stopping point, because I have a feeling I'm going to investigate the 2 rooms that were locked, and shortly after that I'm going to have another encounter with Hanahiko, and that's probably when it's going to end, I would guess. So, on that note, I am going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked watching it so far, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I would very much love to hear your thoughts on the game so far, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.